Here's a quick playthrough guide for the new worldwide anniversary Trebol Map vs Fujitora. For more replacement and team building options, definitely check out my preparation guide, link for which will be in the description and the pinned comment. I also kind of messed up the Intrusion battle, but I have a way to fix it, so let's get to the video. Versus Bartolomeo and Cavendish, we are using double Halloween Koala as captain, but only Halloween Koala as friend captain also works. You essentially want her as captain to reverse the special rewind that happens on your characters, so you get your specials back. You want to activate your Koala, of course, to get a color affinity boost. Then you want to activate a damage booster. I am using Treasure of Legend Crocodile here for an attack boost on himself mainly and chain boundaries. And then we want to use Colosseum Morley to get a conditional attack boost if we have a free spirit captain, and then to also reduce resilience, the most important part. Kanjuro after that will completely remove resilience, and finally we use Sugar to get a full board of matching slots, turn everyone into a toy bear, tap her, penetrate the barrier, and easily defeat the boss. Versus Bellamy, we are going to use double 6+ Roger as captain, but feel free to use either the new anniversary Ace or Luffy as friend captains for more points. That is not necessary, of course. What is necessary is to have a unit that can resist special rewind, and then by activating the special, give everyone else their specials back. I'm using Rare Recruit Zoro here. Then we're gonna use Treasure Map Legend Sanji's special for the end of turn healing mainly. You can use any healer to essentially help you survive the after defeat damage. It's not a lot, only 5000. Then we are going to use Wiper to get rid of the type effects non-beneficial debuff. Even though we're going to activate the interruption and we are going to get non-beneficial slots again, we can activate a super type special of Roger to get matching slots without activating the interruption. Of course you need access to it, and that's why I'm using free-to-play Odin. And of course finally use your captain specials to inflict damage to Bellamy. If you don't have double Roger and you don't defeat Bellamy, just penetrate the barrier with 2 perfects and easily defeat him. Versus Jesus Burgess, we are going to use a double Sank Screw team. I am using 6+ V1 Akainu support here on Treasure Map Ulti. If you don't, you need to enter the quest with both of your captains on the Q side. Then in the final stage we activate Colosseum Orochi to remove the paralysis and also get an attack boost. Then I'm using Colosseum V2 Inuarashi, so we reduce 5 turns of despair. With White Bay support that goes to 7 with the 2 extra turns from White Bay, and finally with Treasure Map Stussy we completely remove despair if we also have maximum sockets, and we get a color affinity boost. With the ulti special we activate Akainu to get the strength slots. If you don't, you want to swap both of your Q side Sank Screws to the Sai side to get adjacent matching slots, and then activate the Sank Screw to deal with the chain debuffs, and of course break the barrier by attacking with strength slots first and defeat the enemy. Versus Trebol, we are going to use double Bone Clay as captain, but this is another boss where you can use a friend captain Ace or Luffy, one of the new anniversary units. We need maximum bind sockets and a bind remover who we want to activate first to of course free our captains. Here I am going to use the Sanji Rare Recruit from the New Year Super Sugo Fest. He can also give us an attack boost. Then we are activating Raid Bonnie to remove both the Threshold and the Defense Up from Trebol. Then I'm going to activate Rare Recruit Buggy to reduce the burn, but also get a chain lock. The chain lock is not that important, especially with Bone Clay, but it can definitely help. And it is not necessary to remove the burn, I think, so if you don't have Buggy and you don't want to use another burn remover, just make certain you don't hit a lot of perfects. Finally, I'm also going to use Treasure Map Sanks to remove the remaining 1 turn of burn, and then Bone Clay to increase my damage. We attack Trebol and easily defeat him. He will of course revive, and after his revive he will provide us with Chain Down. If you have Bone Clay, you can technically activate his super type to get a chain lock, if you don't have Buggy already of course. Generally though, I don't think that Chain Down is that big of a deal, just attack Trebol again and this time beat him for good. Versus the main boss, Doflamingo, we are going to use Inuarashi and Nekomamushi, the super evolution of their dual unit as captain entering on Neko, and then a friend captain Sabo is necessary. Something else that is necessary, we want to enter on Wanda from Carrot Wanda. We want maximum despair and bind sockets, and we also want 2 supports. We want free to play Pedro on Carrot Wanda to reduce 2 turns of despair, and then a chain boosting support. I am using free-to-play Int Crocodile, I think it is Raid Crocodile, on my free-to-play Sai Robin. If you don't have this specific support combination, you can use the free-to-play Strength Straw Hat crew on Robin, and then Rare Recruit Jinbe on Inu Arashi Nekomamushi. As far as specials, we super swap to Inu and we activate him for damage, attack down removal, and also paralysis removal. Then we activate Robin to completely remove Despair from Sabo, and we do not want to activate Sabo. We want to hit our perfects though, ending on our 2 Q units, and with the chain boosting support and also all our perfects, one of our Q units will defeat Doflamingo even through the attack down under a specific chain debuff. The reason we don't activate Sabo here is because I made a mistake and he is not going to automatically reactivate in the final stage because he will be binded. For the final stage, make certain the unit positioning is the exact same as mine, so we can have Yamato in the right column to evade special rewind and bind, and then activate here to remove bind from the left column units. Now we can finally activate Sabo to remove damage reduction completely and get chain boundaries. We also have a Robin unit in the crew, so he gets access to his super class, which we activate to get a color affinity boost, and of course it is uninterruptible. Then we activate Izo to completely remove Doflamingo's threshold, and finally we want to super swap Wanda to Carrot for an attack boost, and then also activate Carrot, which gives Carrot Wanda the ability to penetrate defensive effects. That is extremely important because their attack is the only attack that won't be stopped from the damage nullification shield, so make certain to attack with them last and do lots of damage. Versus the Intrusion battle, we need to enter on Inu Arashi from our dual unit, so he gets special cooldown reduction, and we of course need a friend Captain Sabo. Now here, I think I made a mistake while planning for my special activations because I had lots of damage in stage 2 but not enough damage in the final stage. Or I underestimated the chain coefficient reduction in the final stage. Anyway, I think activating Sabo in stage 2 is of course a must to remove special bind completely, lock your slots and get chain boundaries, but do not do anything with Inu Arashi and Nekomamushi. Don't super swap them and do not activate them. I did it here so Jinbe support would activate so we can get a chain boost and Sabo can reactivate his special automatically in the final stage, but it's not important. Activate Adio instead to give you the chain boost so you get the automatic reactivation of Sabo's special, and then activate Treasure Map Izo to deal with all of the debuffs. You will still have enough damage to beat stage 2, and then you can keep the Inu Arashi Nekomamushi special to activate in the final stage for more damage there, and also to deal with the chain coefficient reduction. So activate Adio instead of Inu Neko in stage number 2. Also have in mind, Adio is not boosted here, so attack with him early in the chain. In the final stage now, because we got a chain boost in the previous stage anyway, Sabo will reactivate his specials, removing special bind from everyone again and giving us chain boundaries. I repeat again though, instead of having Adio's special, we want to have the super swap and the special of our dual unit captain. So don't activate Adio, you did that in stage 2. Super swap Inu Arashi to Nekomamushi and activate his special to remove chain down, get an attack boost, an ore boost and a color affinity boost. Then activate Treasure Map Shanks to remove the barrier completely. And then also activate Treasure Map Rare Recruit Chopper to deal with the defense up completely and also the paralysis. That way I think the damage will be enough for you to beat Fujitora. With this strategy though, activating Adio instead of Inu Neko, it wasn't, as you can see. And by the way, if you want replacements for Treasure Map Rare Recruit Chopper, especially because Inu Neko with their swap remove 4 out of the 5 turns of paralysis, maybe if you can add a paralysis removing support, you can just replace Treasure Map Rare Recruit Chopper with essentially anyone that deals with defense up. Hopefully that strategy works properly for you to defeat the Intrusion battle. For any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments down below, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.